Everybody, welcome to I'm Not Crying, You're Crying, the show about anything and everything because it's our show. I'm here with Jay.
Hi.
And Juan.
Hey.
And I'm Sean, and this is our theme music. Still nothing on that. Still nothing on that.
Wow.
Hey, there it is. That's the new sound. That's the new sound. Hey everybody, welcome back to I'm Not Crying, You're Crying, Season 2, Episode 5. This is the mid-season finale. This is where something dramatic happens. This is where
I got my period.
Oh,
well,
damn it.
It's supposed to be a cliffhanger, right? You're supposed to stop suddenly, hold yourself, and then we're supposed to wonder if that was your period. But now we know.
Aunt Flo came and visited Juan.
She did.
Hello, Juan. It's me, your period.
Oh God. So last
Sorry,
week
I was late.
You're really late. Why were you so late? What happened?
I got caught up in traffic.
LA traffic does suck.
It does. I couldn't find my way to his vagina.
Oh man, neither could Juan. So last week we talked about some of the movies that we might have lied about going to see. But Juan, who I think now may actually have a medical condition called narcolepsy, you had mentioned that you had fell asleep going to go see Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, all three movies. Yes.
All three. So and I think I shared it with you guys already, but we got a listener voicemail about it, and Juan wanted to make an open rebuttal to it. So I'm going to take a minute to play that, and then Juan, you can go ahead and let him have it if you want. And here it is.
Hey guys, I have a question about last week's episode where Juan mentions that he fell asleep in the theater during all three of the Lord of the Rings movies. I'm just curious, why did he keep going? I mean, it sounds like he wasn't that interested in them. If it were me, I probably would have stopped going after I fell asleep during the second one, but I don't know, maybe Juan's just really committed. Or he's got brain problems. Let me know which one it was. Anyways, love the show, guys. Take care. Bye.
Okay, Juan, go ahead.
Yeah, fuck you.
Well,
That's it.
That was it?
Wow, geez. That's right. Juan has fucking brain damage. You can't even find a rebuttal.
Well, I mean, he does bring up a valid point. I mean, how do you get tricked 3 times to go watch the Lord of the Rings movie?
It was Johnny. He told me, hey, I'm picking you up later.
Well, then he just kidnapped you. So
Yeah,
now we know where you get it from.
Yeah.
No, he said, I'm picking you up later. And I got into the car and went with him.
No, but like, did you know that you were going to the movie?
I knew we were going to hang out and do something, so it could very well be a movie.
So like when you hang out and do stuff with people, they say, hey, we're going to the movies. You want to go? Yes.
Yeah.
Or no.
Because I wanted to go out.
When someone takes you and you do not know where you're going, that time in between where you could or could not die, that's a kidnapping.
It's an abduction.
Yeah. In the movie Taken, Liam Neeson's daughter gets taken, right?
Yes, but I wasn't taken because I knew we were going out. And I knew it could end up being going to the movies.
So you're telling me that Johnny did not come to your house, you did not get in his car, and he did not take you somewhere.
You know, I remember that because I called Johnny up and I told him that I have a particular set of skills.
I'm going to go with you were
Yeah, how did that rescue go? I don't remember you rescuing me, bud.
You're here now, dude.
Yeah, you fell asleep, so I feel like it was okay. I feel like it worked out.
You're here now, and you had your period. So,
But you know what? I did have my period.
Hello, Juan. It's me again. Your period.
Aunt Flo. You know what? The sad thing is, even though I went to see the 3 movies, from what I remember, it doesn't entice me to want to try to see them.
Well, here's what happens in all 3 movies. They walk.
Don't they throw the ring into the fire at one point?
Yeah, but they do a lot of walking.
They're walking and complaining and fighting people that are way better at fighting than they are, and somehow they keep walking. It's great. Yeah, I can't rewatch those movies. I tried to rewatch them like when they came out on DVD because I was like, finally an opportunity. But I had to watch. I watched each one in 3 parts because they're so fucking long.
I think as a kid, and I can't remember if I'm confusing it with the Black Cauldron or not, but I remember seeing the cartoon version of the Lord of the Rings.
No. Yeah, that's something different.
Yeah.
So the cartoon did exist, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they sold it in the 99-cent store, like when they first opened.
Because I remember, I remember as a kid loving the Black Cauldron, but I also remember somehow watching the Lord of the Rings cartoon. So as an adult, I don't want to go back and see them.
No, they're long movies, man. And once you kind of see them and get the gist of the story, unless you're like heavily into that level of like fantasy, there's no reason to go back.
Yeah.
There's no.
I feel that
There's nothing there, man.
I feel being the nerd I am, I should go watch them, but I could care less about them.
I think you're more of a Star Wars nerd than a Lord of the Rings nerd.
Yeah, I think you're more of like a particular brand of like nerd. You're a Star Wars or Trek, but I don't think you're a nerd in the traditional sense. Your geekwood only rises for certain things.
That is very true. My geekwood is very particular.
Gay.
So going back to our listener, fuck you.
Yeah. So thanks, Juan. I appreciate you. Making sure to really engage with the listeners.
Well, you sure
great.
told him, man.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm a big fan of you too.
Of who?
Of the fan.
You're a big fan of the fan?
Yeah. I like him.
You ever see a movie called Swim Fan?
No, I have not.
So this week has been kind of a roller coaster, and especially in the news around stocks. But before we get into that, Jay, how was your week, man?
It's good. Well, I kind of want to take a moment to mention that Dustin Diamond died today.
He did.
No shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I didn't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of nerds, I mean, Dustin Diamond died today. It's kind of weird because it happened all of a sudden, and
It's true.
Yeah.
What did he die of?
Lung cancer, I think.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so weird.
Yeah, I want to say like 3 weeks ago, it came out that he was in the hospital.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, he was in the hospital for something regarding cancer, and then fast forward to today, he passed away. And I was like, oh man, he's in the hospital. They were talking about trying to get him on the reboot to Saved by the Bell, and then this news comes out this morning, and I was like, holy shit. And I wonder, I have a couple of things. Like, I wonder if like he has been battling cancer like for a very long time, because he kind of went through his crazy phase, and he kind of went through this Zen phase where he was trying to like find peace with all the people that he had wronged.
Yeah, he was apologizing to a lot of people.
Yeah, so like I wonder if either it was something that he's been battling for some time and finally was getting the best of him, or B, it was just that aggressive, which it's still scary because he's fucking young, man. He's really fucking young.
How old was he? Do we know?
He's 44.
Yeah.
44.
Fuck.
Yeah, and he played Screech on Saved by the Bell for like 12 years of his life, which was
Does that include the second generation?
the college years.
No, the second. There was
he played Screech in the new class.
Yeah,
So-
no, but I'm talking not the college years, but he played the assistant principal.
in the new class. Saved by the Bell new class.
Well,
That's what I
and he
said.
was also on the Good Morning Miss Bliss show, the one that
He was.
predated the Saved by the Bell. So he's been playing Screech for a very long time.
Now, do you guys know if he was a heavy smoker or it was like out of the blue?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
the news that he had cancer was a surprise like a week ago.
Yeah, it was like sudden, like 2 weeks ago. but-
Yeah, I remember seeing it, but I honestly didn't think much of it.
Yeah, same. I was like, oh, okay, it's cool. He has cancer. We'll probably see some pictures with him like losing weight and stuff. But then, so I when someone sent me the article from Instagram, ironically enough, talk about social media and the internet. But then I went to TMZ because that's what I do as a millennial.
Yeah.
That's my
Make sure
deal.
it's true.
Yeah, I immediately go to TMZ.
Screech hoax.
If Harvey Levin didn't report on it, then I have no idea what's going on.
Now, he didn't die in prison because he
No.
he had gotten in trouble for stabbing somebody, right?
He did.
And for domestic violence.
He did.
But he never went to prison for it.
I think he did go to jail for a bit and he was out. But like I said, he had went on, like I said, that's part of his wild days where he kind of, after Screech, are trying to find
Which
some
his wild
notoriety.
days was like maybe like 5-6 years ago, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I
Maybe
guess.
longer. I mean, the time has elapsed so long. I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell you, but then, like I said, like in the last couple of years, he's kind of been on like the crusade of like, hey, I made some mistakes in my past. I had a ghostwriter. They did some, and I'm just trying to make amends for the stuff I did. So like I said, I wonder, and the TMZ article didn't really say anything. Just like he went to the hospital. Some people that were close to him came to see him, and Mario Lopez had also gone to the hospital to see him. And he's never really said anything bad about him. Like
I don't think anybody has. Have they?
No, I think it's more the fans that were kind of dicks to him. Because he's been called Screech for so long that it's just. True.
I can imagine that probably weighed down on him a lot, but it was such an iconic character for his career.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of weird to grow up. And you're always like the nerd, like you can't escape it.
He was also the youngest cast member of Saved by the Bell.
Was he?
Yeah, I remember seeing one of those True Hollywood stories on Saved by the Bell, and the producers had the concern that he was such a young guy, and I think he had lied about his age too. And when they discovered his age, the concerns about his maturity levels came up. Now, you mentioned ghostwriter. He did write a book where
he did.
It told lies about who he slept with, or
it was really I don't know how fictitious it was, but he basically was like everyone on the Saved by the Bell cast was sleeping with each other, and there's all these interrelationships between cast members, like Mark Paul Gosselaar's hopping between. Just like in the TV show between Tiffany Thiessen and I can't think of her name.
Elizabeth Berkley.
Thank you.
Even
Elizabeth
did Lisa Turtle in the TV show on a couple of days.
Two episodes in the last season because they ordered more episodes of Saved by the Bell and they didn't have a female lead. Which when I rewatched the series, again, this is a total offshoot and this is your fault, Juan. But yeah, they NBC only ordered 12 episodes for the season finale and then decided they wanted more after they had wrapped. So if you ever wonder why Kelly is missing and he's like making out with Tori, that's why.
Tori or Lisa?
Tori
was his focal point girlfriend in the show, but like Lisa, they had a 2 or 3 episode thing where they're like, I don't know, is this a thing? Because like Tori hadn't shown up yet. It was weird. Anyway.
Wow, I'm just still shocked about
I think
Dustin.
Yeah, it's such a weird year where Larry King dies and then Cecily Tyson and then Screech.
Wait a minute. I'm not even fucking around. Larry King died too?
Yeah.
Wait, how long ago was this?
I knew he had COVID, didn't he? Or
Larry King died a couple of weeks ago. He died at the age of 87.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I swear to God, I didn't know that either.
No, same.
I'm glad that you didn't know that because I knew this was going to turn into you two fucks like slamming me.
Well, now it can just turn into Jay slamming the two of us about not listening. I don't watch any news.
What did he die of? COVID or?
Well, he was 87 and he was Larry King. I mean,
yeah, he was Larry King. He was 87. He smoked like a chimney. So
I was surprised that he was 87. I thought he was older.
Yeah, I thought he was older, man.
Yeah, I just Dustin Diamond passing away. He's so young. He's 44, man.
Yeah, it's
44.
so crazy.
It makes it scary because Juan, you're creeping up there, man.
I'm turning 40 this year. Jay, you're 44, right?
No, I'm 43.
43? And you're turning 44 this year then?
Yes.
And
I'm not even close to any of those ages.
You're 38?
I'm turning the ripe old age of 30.
No, you're not.
7?
Son of a bitch.
Anyway, yeah, man. It's been that's nuts. That is fucking nuts. I don't even
fuck 2020 and fuck leading the first part of 2021, man.
I mean, look, 2021 was broken by the Capitol siege. That's just the,
Oh yeah, they popped 2021's cherry.
Yeah, man, they didn't with no lube. They just were like, hey. So speaking of like some more crazy shit that's going on, and with involving the internet, are you guys keeping up with the GameStop stock thing?
Yeah, that's insane, man.
Talk about the power of the internet.
That is so crazy.
I had to ask you for details.
It's funny because I had to ask someone who actually knew how this shit worked.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that person, and I go, hey, I'm gonna ask this person. He's like, funny you should ask. I had already asked them. And
So Jay,
what I do?
so we had asked someone who had been following this pretty closely because they innately are into stocks and all that stuff.
Did they end up buying stocks?
I don't think they bought. I think he did buy GameStop stock, but he sold it when it was at 90. But he got in on it when it was super low. So he made some money, and then like I think when he had sold the next day, it went to 290. So he was like, I could have made even more money.
It's so insane. You know, it's like if someone bought stock in like Blockbuster Video at a time when like Netflix was just taking off on streaming. You know, it's insane.
Yeah. And then the internet was like, hey guys, Blockbuster seems to be dying, so let's go ahead and just make it a Fortune 500 company. It's so for those who are listening who aren't necessarily aware or who know what's going on, GameStop, you know, its stock at the start of this was like maybe $1, a couple dollars a share. And so
it was $9, wasn't it? Or
I think it had gotten down to like $1.50. Anyway, my point is that so the hedge fund or the market traders, the brokers, what they do is when they see stocks like this to make a quick buck, they borrow it from somebody else who has it. So let's say that Jay, you have 10 shares of GameStop, and you loan those 10 shares to me, and I sell them because at the time they're worth $1, and I wait for them to go down to 5 cents, and I made $10 after your 10 shares. And then I wait for them to go down to 5 cents, and I buy them back at 5 cents, and I give you back your shares. You get a little bit off the top from what I just made, and I just made, someone help me with the math here, but I just made like $8 from these stocks I just sold. Well, multiply that by the billion. So the internet saw this. This guy on Reddit called Wall Street Bets, or as a group on Reddit who just watches the market for this kind of stuff. So in particular, a user on Reddit saw that GameStop had a really low stock, and he was like, hey, I'm looking at this and this looks a little weird. It turns out that Robinhood, which is the brokerage that is handling that stock, was letting people borrow more shares of that stock than were in circulation. So Jay, you said you had 10 stocks. Well, this guy's trading 20 stocks, right? Borrowing against 20 stocks to double his money. Reddit sees this and goes, apes together strong. Everybody everyone buy up these shares, drive the price really high, and this way, when it's time to pay up, which was on Monday, these hedge fund brokerages are going to have to buy these stocks back that they borrowed that they sold for $10, but buy them back at over $300.
Yeah,
and that brokerage fund doesn't have that kind of money.
Yeah,
in fact, didn't
crazy.
they already say that they weren't going to be able to pay?
So the brokerage fund, to protect their customers, stopped trading on GameStop, AMC, and some other like really, really low stocks that they were trying to short. And then later they had a fundraising of like $3 billion. You know, not because they needed the money to cover it, but because they were doing so well. They were doing so well because it closed on Monday and they owed a lot of people a lot of money.
So the question is, did GameStop become a Fortune 500 company?
Yes, they did.
The question is, did you gentlemen see the meme of Big Bird sitting in the conference room going, this is GameStop on its first day as a Fortune 500 company?
Yes, I did, and that's the only reason I know this was even happening. I saw it last week, and I said, why is Big Bird? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, no, I kept on seeing people talking about GameStop stocks, and normally if I'm not 100% interested in the story, I won't Google it and look into it. I'll ask good friends of mine to give me the 411, or sometimes I'm just dumb enough or dense enough that I Google it and I go, me no understanding. Let me ask my friends.
Well, I mean, eventually, because GameStop's a dying company anyway.
It is.
You know, that
It really
it's a
is.
dying business.
Not anymore.
Well, I mean, it's still dying because everything's going digital. I mean, eventually, they're not going to have like physical games to sell, and they're just, you know, GameStop right now is just selling souvenirs and memorabilia. You know, they're not really
true.
selling
Yeah,
games.
that's
So I mean, eventually, what's going to happen? You know,
Won't they still have the business for the consoles and shit like that?
So hold on. So Jay, Juan, I took my nephew to GameStop because he was very excited because he got the Lego Dimensions game and it needs a PS3.
Very good game.
He needs a PS3. I take him to GameStop and it's the saddest experience that I could have imagined for like a 7-year-old boy going to a video game store to try and find a PS3. There's no systems on the wall. There's no games on the wall.
No, they're all empty boxes.
Yeah, they're all empty boxes, and it's just a bunch of like half stock collectibles. And he goes, Tio Sean, where are all the games? I'm like, oh, well, they had to lock them up because fucking COVID. And it's like I remember going to the game store.
You went to the one in the mall, didn't you? That one's the most pathetic one.
So I'm like, he goes, where are all the games? Like, well, you can ask. So they give us a list. A paper like 3 or 4 pages.
Yeah.
And it's not the same. It's not the same as digging through the bin and finding like Street Fighter 2 for like $3. It's just not the same.
No, I remember. Jay, remember the game store in Glendale? Not Planet X, not the one in the Glendale Galleria, but the other one we used to go to.
I don't remember.
Well, there were 2 places that Jay and I used to go to, Game Dude and the one in Glendale, because you can buy and sell your games.
Was it also Game Dude?
No, the one
I
in
love
Glendale
Game
was
Dude.
like, yeah. Game Dude is awesome, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, I love going to those places because they had the higher end games behind the cabinets that you can look at them, or they had the discount bins that you could thumb through and go, oh shit, they have Mario Brothers 3. I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah, man, it's just so sad. It was so sad.
Yeah, but I mean, you can get most of those games. You can get all of those games on Amazon. You can get all of those games digitally on the console, on the PlayStation Store, on the Nintendo eShop. So
it's so true. It's so true. And I told my sister-in-law, I go, most of these games you can probably get a bundle like on the games eShop, like of all this stuff. You don't really need the physical disc anymore.
No.
Are you guys? Well, I know Juan's opinion on this. So this sounds like you're strictly digital, Jay.
Well, I have games that I have physically because I like to collect them, but most of my games are digital.
Same. Unless it's something that's hard to get, unless it's something that's like super hard to get, or if I can, I would much prefer the download because I can take it anywhere. I don't have to worry about forgetting it. You know what I mean?
I still love my disc.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, you said dick or disc?
Disc.
I heard dick.
We love dicks too, Juan. It's your period.
Oh, Aunt Flo. That's true. Hey, Aunt Flo loves dick. It keeps her away even longer. Oh man, yeah. So speaking of being out, the stay-at-home order was lifted. Did you guys do anything? You guys go eat out or do something this over the weekend?
Hell no.
Same.
No.
Same.
Still scared.
Same. The furthest I went was GameStop, and even then was like, as the door
but
opened.
GameStop hasn't been closed with the last stay-at-home order either, man.
I know,
but no one's going to
that,
GameStop anyway,
Yeah, it's true. However, whenever the door opened, I always looked to see how many people were coming in. It's just me and my nephew. I'm like, all right, it may be time to leave. So I don't think I'm going anywhere soon until like till I don't know, maybe
I may travel to a different county that has better numbers, but still be in an outdoor area.
You're gonna check the numbers before you travel to a different county.
Listen, every Monday, because of work purposes, I'm looking at the numbers to see the ICU rates, which the state doesn't even. It still cares about it, but they're not basing the decisions on it anymore since we're back to the color tiered system. So I'm looking at the the percentages of the new cases per county, specifically LA County, and I like looking at the counties around us, Orange County, San Diego County, all that shit.
So you sound like you're pretty well versed in it. So
don't even put me down as an expert because
I know I'm not putting you down as an expert. I'm just asking if you can talk about what the actual changes were. So now the stay-at-home order is lifted. You said we're back in a color tier. So what?
Okay, so before we went to this stay-at-home order statewide, we were in a color tier system. So you had purple, red, orange, and yellow.
That's almost a complete crayon box.
Or a box of Lucky Charms.
Yellow's the lowest tier one. The lowest tier, and everything is practically off restrictions. Theme parks are allowed to reopen in yellow tier. Purple tier, it's still widespread, and certain things are still allowed to open. Shopping, outdoor dining, zoos, aquariums, museums with outdoor exhibits only, aquariums with outdoor exhibits only, zoos with their outdoor exhibits. Now, the thing is, at some point in the game, and again, this is where some people disagree with me, is I thought at a certain point Newsom was doing an okay job given that this is a brand new game, but at some point I felt like he turned like a kid playing a game and he realized he was losing, so he changed the rules in the middle of the game.
Well, I don't want to cut you off, but I just wanted to know if some people will be able to go get a haircut or something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. People can go get a fucking haircut now. In fact, with the stay-at-home orders, my understanding was people were able to get a haircut. But ever since we went into the second wave, I've been afraid of certain things.
This is like, I'm on my 10th quarantine cut right now.
Well, I had told you, before the second wave, I went and got a haircut. But once we hit the second wave, whether we were allowed to go get haircuts, I'm paranoid because I don't want somebody inches away from my face and
with sharp blades.
Well, with the possibility of COVID. So right now I'm just waiting for it to continue to die down. I think LA County, we're at 8.7% of new cases, and we need to be at an 8.0 to switch to red, and we have to maintain that status for
like 2 weeks. Right?
2 weeks.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess the real question is, are you guys ready for the zombie apocalypse? I have a plan in place, and I would share it, but this is
I'm glad you brought that up because I've been saying since day one, this is how the fucking Walking Dead began.
Actually, The Walking Dead began with a police officer waking up in a hospital. It was. Are you a police officer?
Coral.
Coral. The coral memes are great. Yeah, man. The stay-at-home orders, it's I guess it's meant to give some people some sense of normalcy, but I'm still a little nervous about the world at large.
I think the fear of just facing it is bigger than the statistics.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. I mean, you don't want to be that one guy. So
the oops guy.
Yeah. Which to be honest, this has come a long way for Cantley, because this fucker, since the pandemic began, was the question is not if I'm going to get it, it's when I'm going to get it and how I'm going to get it.
It's true. It's true because you look at it from the statistics, right? I mean, like at some point, unless I am completely cocooned, there's not really a safe. There's no way to know. So I mean, all I can do is do what I normally do, which is wear my mask, wash my hands, make sure I'm not like sharing shit with other people, like fucking stay outside as often as I can, or stay in my own whatever. So
and you know what? I have to say that one of the things that has kept myself and my family somewhat sane this quarantine is, since the pandemic, our bubble has included your family as well.
Yeah.
Or else I think we would be a lot worse off in my household.
We got lucky. I got lucky by moving like 5 minutes away from this motherfucker. That's what luck. Oh man.
The other thing is, I didn't realize how scared I truly was of the pandemic, and I think I may have shared this with you guys or my wife. I can't remember, but I didn't realize how scared I was until I was walking down Hollywood Boulevard, and I had a homeless guy, very polite guy, come up to me without a mask and go, "Excuse me, sir, I hope that you're having a good day, but do you happen to have some spare change?" As he's saying his spiel and walking towards me, I realized he didn't have a mask, and I did the douchiest thing. I not ran, but beelined it off the sidewalk into upcoming traffic so he wouldn't be within 6 feet away from me.
Juan, you ever see a movie called Crash?
Yes.
There's a scene in that movie that reminds me of. You should watch it sometimes.
I did watch it, but the thing is, I felt like a complete douche because he was very polite, but because of the pandemic, I'm like, I don't know if he has the virus or not.
This is like that scene in The Walking Dead. Spoiler alert, where the one guy dies and he wakes up as a zombie and they go, "Oh my God, you don't have to get bitten to get it." Yeah, man, you just don't know. You just don't.
Well, I told you about that one crazy lady that made it all the way to my backyard to have a conversation.
What?
For those people that don't know, I was breaking down cardboard at 11 o'clock at night, and this lady just walks up in my backyard, has no mask, and starts a conversation with me. And at one point, she goes, "Oh, pound it," and tries to give me a fist kiss. And I'm like, "No, I'm not doing that because I don't know if you have COVID." And she's like, "Yeah, I don't have that shit." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, I don't feel comfortable. I want you to leave."
Wait.
I'm just starting to believe you're a magnet for crazy people. Juan.
You listened to her whole conversation?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, no, it was weird. I was breaking down cardboard. I thought it was my nephew, and I look up, and I was about to be like, "Hey, motherfucker, what's up?" And I look up, and it took me a second because this lady had a hoodie on, and my nephew had gone out with a hoodie as well. And I realized, shit, this isn't my nephew. And I took out my my Galaxy Buds immediately, and I go, "Can I help you?" He's like, "Nah, I'm just checking out the place." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, how can I help you?" He's like, "Oh, you're doing the remodel all by yourself?" And I'm like, "No, me and my family." And as I'm talking, I'm trying to raise my voice so my wife and nephew can hear and be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
They have whistles for that.
You know, you also have the right to say, "Get the fuck off my property."
Yeah.
Well, first off, I didn't know she had to be on something, so it scared the shit out of me. So the whole thing was to make sure that I remained a safe distance because of COVID, and if this lady had a blade or anything, yeah, it was just bizarre. It was the most bizarre interaction I've ever had.
Why would she attack you for breaking down cardboard?
Well, dude, why would she walk to my backyard?
Maybe she wanted some free cardboard.
Maybe.
Oh, some wood.
But the funny thing is, this came after maybe 3 or 4 days that I put down a deposit for a gate to block off people from the backyard.
Oh, so she's going to be mad when she sees that gate.
Like, man, I wanted that cardboard.
Oh, fuck. Gate? Oh, this guy doesn't trust nobody.
Now I got to climb this shit. God damn it.
Now, it's weird. And the thing is, it's not just the Lancaster thing. This could happen anywhere.
That's true. It's true. I mean, crime does happen just about everywhere.
Yeah.
So moving on to something I think is a little more happy, less scary. Less scary. So last week I actually had on the topics to talk about the Pixar Theory. Why? Because I'm curious if you guys think it's a real thing, or are people just trying too hard to connect stuff?
Why don't you elaborate for people that don't know what the Pixar Theory is?
So the Pixar Theory is the theory that all Pixar movies are connected or exist on the same timeline, and there's a secret order to put them in, and all things can be explained. So the beginning and the end of this loop, this circle, this timeline is Brave.
Mm-hmm.
And
Brave was not a Pixar movie.
Well, it's part of the Pixar Theory. I think it is a Pixar movie. Anyway, it's the beginning and end of the Pixar Theory universe. Merida, she's the Irish girl there. She finds magic in the world, and this is the first time magic ever happens in the Pixar universe. And Juan just looked it up, and he agrees that it is on the. So Merida, she if you would have just read the show notes, bro. She starts magic in the Pixar universe, mm-hmm. and that magic is then led by a witch. That witch, since she travels through doors, she has a carving of Boo from Monsters Inc.
No, it's a carving of Sully.
Oh, sorry. It is Sully. A carving of Sully. So
if you only read your show notes.
Well, I'm sorry. I apologize for questioning. Anyway, so she has a carving of Sully, and she's an old witch who travels through doors. And so the thinking is that she is actually Boo from a Monsters Inc.
Mm-hmm.
Who is looking for Sully, because if you remember at the end of Monster Inc., they destroy her door.
Well,
so she's trying to find her friend.
No.
They also established that the doors are travel through time. So
yes,
she's been jumping through time looking for Sully, because she established this connection with Sully as a kid, and she's been trying to find Sully for the longest. And then she decided to stay in that time period, so she could make sure that she everything happens where she meets Sully as a child.
Yeah. So, do you think that the creator, like the animators at Pixar, are doing this on purpose?
No.
But
it's a very interesting theory. They go through a lot of Pixar movies, and a lot of the connections make sense in a way, where it feels like they might be establishing this universe, and they also connected like Inside Out, and I think I think they did Soul. I'm not sure if they did Soul.
Well, there's another offshoot like YouTube channel that is super into the Pixar theory, and they have connected Soul to the Pixar theory. And I can't remember exactly how they did it, but they used it. If you all seen, I know Juan hasn't necessarily seen Soul, but his kids have. But there's this place called The Zone in Seoul, and they connected it through that.
Oh, yeah.
And some other movie.
So here's the thing. I don't think that they truly are linked. Disney has been doing it since as long as I can remember. They put Easter eggs of other movies into their movies. For example, Hercules, when Hercules is getting himself painted onto the vase, he has Scar as the lion's skin that he has on his head. With Frozen, they talk about the not Frozen, Entangled. They talk about the parents from Frozen go to the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's the other way around.
Yeah, it's a Frozen, and they go to the wedding Entangled.
Yeah, well, anyways.
And they end up being Tarzan's parents.
Tarzan's parents.
Yeah.
So I think it's people just reading too much into these fun Easter eggs and trying to find a connection among all the movie. Because even in Tarzan, if you look at the camp scene, when the gorillas are trashing the camp, they have Mrs. Potts and Chip there too.
You know what's the scariest thing about this whole theory is that people think a lot about it, and they put a lot of time and thought into it.
Yes.
And that's how religion gets started.
Yes. Do you
true.
think there's a nerd sitting in their mother's basement with a bunch of pictures connecting to every movie, like string theory, going, well, Tarzan actually came from...
That's how YouTube videos are made.
Yeah, you say it, and I hear the judgment in your voice, but I myself am a theorist of the same nature. Now,
oh, here we go.
Now, you two know that I love sci-fi, and I love sci-fi movies to the point that I'll watch just about anything if it has a sci-fi plot. Dude, I go on Netflix, I go down sci-fi, I'll watch whatever it got going on there. I have a theory that a few movies are connected.
Which ones?
The first movie is Earth to Echo. It's a found footage movie about a ethnically diverse group of children with a charismatic black kid who find an alien, and that alien is asking them to help put their ship back together to put them out in space. They do that, and the part 2 to this movie is Chronicle. Now, at the end of Earth to Echo, they find the ship, they send it back out to space, they have a little twinkle in the sky that tells you, hey kids, thanks a lot, I'll be back. Well, in Chronicle, another group of racially diverse children with a charismatic black guy, Michael B. Jordan, they find an alien rock that if you watch Earth to Echo, you assume was sent by Echo. It gives those kids powers. Telekinesis, super strength, whatever. At the end of that movie, one of those kids die, all the bodies go missing. The government works on those kids. This leads to the next movie, Push. Push is a Chris Evans, Dakota Fanning film where they're like second, third generation powered individuals. All the powers in that movie are classified by like their name, by their base of what they do. So pushers, people who have telekinesis. Pushers are people who push thoughts in your head. Movers are people with telekinesis. Seers are psychics. Shifters are people that are able to change the appearance of things. And so there's a shadow organization led by a black guy, Damon Hansu, or what was his name?
Jaimon Hansu.
Jaimon Hansu, man. Right? He's led by to hunt all these guys down, hunt these kids down, and put them back in their containment center. The only one they don't talk about in this movie, Push, are teleporters, or the last movie in this film franchise, Jumper. Hayden Christensen, Rachel Bilson, where he's a guy who's able to teleport around the world. Mm-hmm. So I think that the Pixar theory is a load of crap, but my theory, absolutely real.
Well, that's an interesting theory, Sean, but it's not as adorable as the Pixar theory.
Maybe not. But it's real. It's real. Those other guys.
It certainly is interesting. However, the Jumper movie doesn't have a charismatic black guy.
No, I mean, it has Sam Jackson in it. I mean, he also says motherfucker in that movie, so I think that's
he says motherfucker in a lot of movies.
He does. So he made his money.
You know, the one Pixar theory I do subscribe to is that John Ratzenberger is the good luck charm for Pixar.
I don't know who that is. Explain.
The guy from Cheers that
he was. He played the mailman. I forget his name.
No, Cliff, isn't it?
Cliff, yeah, from Cheers.
Yeah, but who do you play in Toy Story?
I don't know, guy who brought it up. You tell me.
He played the pig, Hammy, right?
Yes. But he's apparently been in every single Pixar movie, and it has done well. And the few movies that he hasn't been on Pixar have tanked.
Well, I mean, relatively speaking, what else has he been in other than Toy Story?
He was Mac, the big RV driving Lightning McQueen.
Is that why Cars got a sequel?
It got 3 sequels.
Jesus Christ, man.
He was also in Monsters, Inc. He was the abominable snowman.
Okay.
I can't remember if he was in Planes. And Planes, I don't think that was a Pixar movie. I think that was Disney.
We don't talk about Planes.
Yeah, we try to forget Planes.
And rumors was he was credited in Soul, but people don't.
I think you hear his voice somewhere. He did a voice.
If he's in Soul, it's just because I think at this point Pixar kind of maybe bought into that a little bit, and they're like, "Well, just put him in there just in case." You know, he's like the football fan that doesn't shave during football season because that his team won.
Well, he's A113 now. You know.
Jeez.
What is
That's the animation house, right, Jay?
Yeah, they try to put that in every Pixar movie or.
Yeah. And Wall-E, I think that's like the name of the ship, Axiom 113, or
that's
the name. Yeah.
Yeah. So John Ratzenberger is just basically he's an Easter egg.
Yeah,
it's true.
He's turned. That's the only Pixar theory I subscribe.
Which
to.
Honestly, it's great if you're a voice actor and you're just there for like a cameo Easter egg. You still get paid for it, you know, and you don't have to do a lot of work. You just come in,
say your line, and get residual.
Hey, I didn't think that was gonna be like that, and then good for the day, you get your check.
Yeah, and think now, like with COVID, he probably is like, hey man, you send me the stuff, and I'll just record it in my bathroom, and I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, it's insane.
Have to go anywhere. You didn't have to go anywhere. That's freaking nuts, man. So moving on, unless Juan wanted to bring up some more stuff.
No, I'm looking at all the movies, but that John Ratzenberger was in for Pixar. He is credited in Soul. He's credited in.
He's going through that John Ratzenberger filmography.
Yeah, look at this guy. He learned how to read IMDb. Everybody. But moving on. So the other thing I want to talk to you guys about, because again, I write the show notes and I'm a sci-fi nerd. I was curious. You know, your top 5 greatest weapons throughout all of media, not necessarily tied to science fiction, but typically they that's where they come from. And then I was curious if you had a chance to choose your main weapon, your sidearm, and your backup like made up weapon, what would they be and why?
Ooh.
Now there's a couple caveats, because Juan, as you like to do, I want to have all the powers. If you get yourself like an armor or something that augments you so that you get some more powers, then that's your main and your side. So like if you choose the Iron Man armor, Juan, then you just get a backup. What happens if your armor fails? You know, you run out of juice. You don't get a sidearm on top of that.
Fine, I'll choose the War Machine armor.
Sure, that can be your backup armor, the War Machine armor. Okay, you're done, Jay. Thank you.
No, that was not my selection, but go ahead, Jay.
Ooh, all right. So I want my main weapon is I want that dark saber from It's been in the it's been in the Mandalorian. The side weapon, I want the six stick from Kick-Ass 2.
That's awesome. I haven't thought about that in forever. Jesus Christ.
Dude, the six stick is great. If you haven't seen Kick-Ass 2, it's this stick that emits this wave that makes people vomit and shit.
It's true. Have you seen Kick-Ass 2? Well, Juan, I don't think you've seen it, but Jim Carrey's in it, and he's great, man.
Yeah, I have seen it.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. How have you seen that? But okay.
And then
Jim Carrey.
And then my last weapon is the sonic shotgun from is it Minority Report?
Oh man, I haven't thought about
Holy shit!
I haven't thought about
that it just emits this pulsar wave where it just knocks people back, but doesn't really kill them. It's
how you tame a crowd in like whatever year Minority Report happened.
Yeah, and plus it's a shotgun, so it's just kablam.
It looks more intimidating than it actually is.
Yeah,
it's like having a beanbag shotgun but made of sound.
Yeah, it's awesome. But I'd probably utilize the six stick all the time,
just because. It's just walking down the street, shit your pants, vomit. How about you, man? I'm sorry. You got two more weapons out of there, so you got two more. Just for how about some runners up?
Oh, I'd probably go with a blaster, Star Wars blaster, and probably a phaser from Star Trek.
Gotcha. Okay, some nice mentions. That. How about you, Juan? I feel like you thought very long and hard about this.
Well, I'm sticking to my top choices.
Okay.
The Robes of Anorak.
Okay.
But that.
Which is I don't know what that is.
It's from Ready Player One. If he gets him at the end when he wins the holiday contest.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
He wins James Holliday's contest he wins James Holliday's contest. His contest was to find his Easter eggs. He finds his Easter eggs and he is granted basically ownership of the Oasis. He is given his fortune, James Holliday's fortune, and the Robes of Anorak, which in the Oasis, which is like a digital Matrix-like world,
immortality.
It grants him basically all the superpowers.
It's essentially godlike.
Of course,
godlike superpowers.
So
he can teletransport anywhere.
He can teletransport anywhere, huh?
Fuck you.
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
He can make himself invisible.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't die, correct?
Yeah, he's invulnerable,
and he
invincible.
Can destroy.
Yeah, he's invulnerable, invincible. He's omnipowerful,
which
omnipresent.
They elaborate more in the book than they did in the movie.
Yeah, but you're basically literally the one thing I said you shouldn't do. So now that is your main and your side. What's your backup? If somebody takes your USB drive away from you, what do you do next?
Just because I love Star Wars, I want a lightsaber, man.
Okay.
I want a lightsaber. But I even thought about like having the Iron Giant as a weapon.
God damn, dude.
Jesus Christ, man.
Iron Giant or Mecha Godzilla.
Mecha Godzilla. Why Mecha Godzilla?
I thought it's badass to have a robot Godzilla.
Now, I said top 5, so you get two runners up.
Well, the only thing I lost was my side piece, which was
you get 3 more. So
I had told you I wanted the Robes of Anorak, and I wanted Yoda's lightsaber, and I wanted a regular lightsaber.
Wait, why Yoda's lightsaber? Because it's smaller.
I wanted a smaller. I wanted to do like.
You wanted a Force butter knife. Is what you wanted.
The way I pictured it was very old-timey fashion dueling, where you had your regular size saber and a smaller one, and you can do two-handed combat with it.
I don't think you're agile enough to do that.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
this is Juan's world.
I assume, yeah.
If those robes come off, he just has a large lightsaber and a smaller lightsaber. He's taking on the world.
So it would be the Robes of Anorak, those 2 lightsabers. I'm gonna stick with Mechagodzilla.
Okay. And then the Iron Giant.
No, you mock it, but I thought those would be cool.
So
and then the last weapon,
portability wise. Portability wise, you can only like carry 3 of those things, and the other ones you're gonna have to.
It's like you gotta whistle and hope it gets there in time.
Mechagodzilla or the Iron Giant, I wouldn't have to carry them. They would carry me. I could be on their shoulder and be like, destroy that motherfucker over there.
Wait, so
see that one guy with the Star Wars phaser destroys him.
So you're on the Iron Giant's neck?
Shoulder.
Like the whole time, you're just up there giving commands,
like a toddler with a beard and 2 lightsabers.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man! That is, again, I told you, the first thing I told you was don't get okay.
And then the final one, it would have to be the Death Star.
Oh God.
You know what? With that said, I'm gonna sacrifice one of my weapons just to make it Luke Skywalker in a TIE fighter. No, in an X-wing, just to fuck you over.
That's not a weapon. That's a human being, man. None of my weapons are human beings.
Okay, fine. Fine. Well, no, my weapon.
Because in that case, I would go with fucking Neo, man.
With Neo, I guess you could. I mean, you called the fucking Iron Giant. What would be the difference? I mean,
Juan's not playing the game right.
No, he's not. He never is. He never is. He wants teletransportation everywhere. That's what he wants. Oh
God.
I want God. I want God's power plus
plus the devil's power plus 5 infinity. So I've thought about this quite a lot, and it's. For today, I had a lot of different choices running through my head. I did. But if I had to choose a main weapon, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen the show Naruto. No? Either one of you?
I know he's a ninja.
He's a ninja. So he is a ninja, but one of the people's power in there is to call these things called, like, they're basically these huge, like, samurais that come out of their eyes. But he has this sword. It's called the Tosca Blade. And if it touches anything, it basically steals them away forever. Like, it basically puts them in jail. They can't get out. They're gone from the earth. I would want that. It's huge. I would carry it around, and I would just touch people with it. And then they would be gone forever. I don't have to worry about them ever again. They're not getting out. Second weapon. It's Captain America's shield. That's my sidearm. And here's why. Because if for some reason, so I drop that sword. It gets kicked out of my hand. I'm not a good fighter. I can't fight. If someone takes that sword away, I'm done. But I have a way to defend myself. And my backup would be Mjolnir. Why? Mjolnir. Thor's hammer.
Oh.
Because like you, Juan, my backup is like, fuck, I'm fucked. I lost Captain America's shield. I lost this sword that just puts people in prison. Well, I'm going to call the sword of the hammer of the gods over, and I'm not only going to have this hammer that can come to me, but I'll have the powers of Thor. So why not?
But you also assume that you're
worthy
enough to wield the hammer.
If you can have the robes of Anorak, like you would ever in a million years win a pop culture contest designed to find Easter eggs in anything, you would never have those robes. Never.
Yeah, you still haven't finished the Avengers game.
Yeah. Of the three of us, Jay would probably be closest to finding those robes. So yeah,
if you remember in the story, he didn't do it by himself. He had friends. I'm expecting to count on you guys.
What?
Yeah, but again,
dude,
you
I'm using the 6-stick on your Mecha Godzilla and your Iron Giant. I'm gonna make him vomit and shit.
Straight, yeah. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah. So
what are your 2 backups?
My 2 backups would be the Iron Man Mark.
Oh no! Fuck you! No, you just broke your own rules by cheating and going.
These are
no. Fuck you! You can't pick it as your number 1, but you know what? I'll add it as my backup.
Oh yeah, Jesus!
No, this is my runner-up, man. This is my runner-up. It can be whatever I want it to be. It'd be the Iron Man Mark. Fine, it'd be the Mark 1 armor. Who cares? It's like. Who cares? It's an Iron Man armor. It's still no, that's not true. I want the Mark 47 at least.
Yeah, it's sleeker.
Yeah. I mean,
which was the one with nanotechnology?
Actually, that was, I don't remember the name. I think it was Mark 50. No, Mark 42. No, that's in Iron Man 3. I think Mark 47 is the one with the nano armor. But I would want the comic book Iron Man Extremis armor, in specific, because he's like literally. he gets like amped up god level powers. He's able to see Bluetooth and Wi-Fi signals and shit. It's legit.
I'm surprised you didn't mention the Hulkbuster.
No, why would I want that you don't need the Hulkbuster. That's just for one specific use case. You would want the Hulkbuster because you for some reason think that's the best. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And then I would want a Proton Pack. That's
oh shit, man,
Pack.
that's actually really good.
Why?
I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in ghosts, but I want. The truth is that I want a second one so that I can cause a complete ionic reversal.
Well, who's gonna use the second Proton?
Oh, I'm gonna give it to Juan, so that if at least I do the world a favor.
Oh
and take
boy.
him out.
Hey, I was at Walmart the other day, and they had the ghost traps for sale.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I almost bought it. It was only $14 something.
What?
The only
what time's Walmart close?
11 o'clock. The only reason I didn't buy it is because my wife. We went there for the kids to buy toys, and I saw it. I picked it up. And she said, "Oh, I guess we're here for Daddy to buy toys too." And I'm like, "No," so I returned it.
Not even for me, man.
I thought I took a picture and sent it to you guys.
That's racist. No, no. Yeah, man. That's
I'm waiting for them to sell the Proton Packs.
You can get them online.
No. I want the one that I had growing up, which was
you always had that.
With that metal backpack.
Yeah. It wasn't a metal. It wasn't even the backpack. It was just, I think, the gun, and you spun it, and the beams spun in circles.
Oh, that looks like fun.
Yeah, that's man. Do you have it in Mexico? Did you have like drug money?
I had it here.
Like, how did you get all this stuff?
Did silly string come out of it?
My mom was sick, and she spoiled us.
Okay.
Because she wanted us to make sure we had a good childhood. Asshole.
Now I know you're thinking
God.
that I should back off right now, but
but knowing you won't. You're just gonna come back.
He dropped that card.
Yeah. So
What a dick,
was it
dude.
drug money?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Yeah. I have one more topic if you guys are down to get into that. I mean, I know Juan is.
Ah, fuck you.
So the last topic has nothing to do with the last two things we just talked about, but as it happens, Juan, who likes to hydrate himself in the middle of a conversation,
God damn,
it's
dude.
okay. Fast food, but in specific like gas station fast food.
Oh shit.
Now,
That's not how it was in the show notes.
No, it was. It said like 7-Eleven, AM, PM.
yeah. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, Juan is catching up on the show notes that he said he read before this. I'm not saying that was a lie, but if I were Maury, the lie detector detected that was a lie. Mm-hmm. He's catching up. He's almost there.
The silence says it all.
So
No, the show notes aren't coming up properly in my...
the best fast food product. Who does it best? AM, PM, 7-Eleven, or Costco? Juan, best hot dog between the three.
Oh, fuck. I used to be a fan of the Polish dog at Costco.
I bet you
Is
were.
that- was that what you got in line for, or is that like something you got to reach around from some guy in the alley?
Some guy.
Get your hands off me.
sir. So, really, I never enjoyed the Polish dog.
I was very upset when they removed it.
Yeah, I'm sure you
Wait,
were.
from where?
Costco no
Costco.
longer has a Polish dog.
Oh.
In fact, Costco has redone their entire menu and simplified it during the COVID time. So
Wait, to what?
Pizza, they don't. Yeah, pizza. They don't have the combo pizza anymore. It's just pepperoni or cheese.
Mm-hmm.
They only have hot dogs. They got rid of their frozen yogurts, and now they're going to have soft serve ice cream. They simplified their menu. They went back to basics. So now you can't get like the combo pizza. You can't get some of the strawberry acai bowls that they had. Yeah,
Wait, they had
some of the
they had all that shit there?
yeah, dude.
Yeah,
At one point
yeah.
they had chili, man.
Yeah, they had chili and a cheeseburger that was not very good.
I never had their cheeseburger.
It wasn't good, man,
No.
at all. It was on a brioche bun, but it was dry. Oof.
Their turkey sandwich was pretty good, or their chicken bakes,
Yeah.
which
Oh,
they
chicken
no
bakes.
longer have in the food court, but you can still buy them
In the freezer section.
in the freezer section. Yeah.
Yeah. So how about you, Jay? Hot 7-Eleven, AM, PM, or Costco hot dog?
I'd have to go 7-Eleven hot dogs.
It's funny.
Which one though?
Here's the thing. There's so many varieties of hot dogs at 7-Eleven that, you know.
I think the most comparable to Costco would be the quarter pound. the quarter pound dog at 7-Eleven, and I would agree that's a good hot dog.
Did you guys ever have the hamburger hot dog at 7-Eleven?
Yeah.
No.
That cheeseburger hot dog.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds delicious.
It's pretty good.
No, you were talking shit a minute ago.
No, I mean, like,
as soon as Jay goes, yeah.
No.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Now we can't bag on Juan. Well, fuck you.
No.
Oh my God.
What just happened? No, I just meant like it's.
I'm back, Juan. It's me, a period.
It sounds more and more like PMS than it does period. It does. Unflow sounds like she's anyway.
Anyway, it's hard to personify PMS. Juan is doing it perfectly though, but
yeah.
And any of our few female listeners that would like to complain about Jay, you can call him at area code.
You can leave a message in the show notes, and he'll gladly rebuttal. There it is. So
I'll rebuttal in the period voice.
I would have to agree. For me, it's a toss-up between a Costco hot dog and a 7-Eleven quarter-pound dog. Just it's the flavor of a hot dog. I don't know. There's a distinct flavor in a hot dog that I think both of these items possess, and I think the 7-Eleven hot dog does it a little bit better. And I don't know what that flavor is. I don't know how to describe it.
You know, it has that little snap to it. You know, like Pink's hot dog has that snap. When you bite into it, there's that snap. I think 7-Eleven is closest to that snap.
Yeah,
now I know exactly what you meant by snap, because when you said snap, I thought a flavor, but no, I know exactly when you said Pink's hot dog.
And you know what? I think it's that the Costco hot dogs are like steamed and like they're just kind of poking around for a while. That I felt like if I got a fresh one, I would feel a little different. But yeah, no, the 7-Eleven, man. This is probably worth the 7-Eleven trip after we're done here today.
I have to say, like, before pre-COVID, I think I liked the toppings that you could add on to 7-Eleven because they had more toppings than Costco. Costco only has relish, mustard, ketchup, and onions. Whereas Costco, you could add relish, mustard, tomatoes, jalapenos.
Yeah,
mayo,
I mean, you could add if you ask the guy behind the counter, you're like, "Hey man, can I put some of that vodka on this?" He'd be like, "Yeah, hold on, let me open it for you."
Yeah, sure, bud.
I remember in high school or in my years where I didn't manage my budget properly when I first moved out of my house, I hit up not Costco, 7-Eleven and made these bomb ass hot dogs with like packets of mayo, mustard, relish, jalapenos.
You're just naming normal condiments.
No, like also the chili and cheese, man. Because
have you heard of this thing? It's called ketchup.
Man, you're really poor, man. Like, they take ketchup, they take tomatoes, they grind them up, they put sugar in them.
It's really good. It's so good, you guys. Ketchup. You should try it. Look for it. I think Haynes makes some.
I'm sorry, Juan. Go ahead. I didn't mean to shit on your food.
No, I just kind of want a hot dog now.
Well, you can go back to the alley and get that Polish dog. I'm pretty sure.
Hello, bud. Welcome back.
7-Eleven and AMPM also had like the cheese infused hot dogs.
You know, in my younger youth, I was a really big fan of those. Like anything you put
you were a fan? Or
yeah, I was a fan of anything you could add like jalapeno or cheese that you could add into a hot dog. It was delicious for whatever reason.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm gonna trump you right now. I was at AMPM and I saw an advertisement for their bacon hot dog. It's a bacon hot dog with 3 types of pepper: jalapeno, habanero, and chili flake.
I'm down.
Oh,
I'm down.
Do you get a trip to the hospital like a?
They give you like a roll of toilet paper when you buy it for the diarrhea you can have afterwards.
Is that the edible sick stick?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have known me for years. Some of the foods I ate back in the day, man, I'm surprised it didn't come with a defibrillator as a side.
This is gonna sound sad, but I was in Vegas once and I called you at the Heart Attack Grill because I was like, if you get here, then they would let me eat for free.
No, well, here's the thing. Before I lost all this weight, my wife and I went to Vegas, went to Fremont, and outside of the Heart Attack Grill, they have a scale because if you weighed more than 350, you eat for free.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. That's why I called them. I was trying to eat for free.
But the saddest thing is I went on the scale because I think I weigh 350. I could eat for free. So I went on the scale. I was 365, 370, and people cheered because I could eat for free.
Oh, it's pretty sad.
Instead of going inside and going, I want my free meal, I'm like, okay, babe, let's go. I'm done.
You're weak.
Well, Jay, if you've never heard of the Hardtack Grill, this place dresses you up in a hospital gown so you could eat. Everything is like cooked in lard, and if you don't finish your food, you get paddled by the waitresses.
Okay.
I'm not hearing any deterrence right now.
I couldn't do it. Even at my fattest, the concept of eating for free large portions, I fantasized about it, but when I had the opportunity, I was like, people are cheering because I'm a fat fuck.
Wait,
this is wrong.
Well, no, I think they're cheering because you're gonna do something that they are not able to do.
Yeah. I think. I think Jay's right.
I still want to go to Texas Armadillo.
Oh, to get the
72-ounce steak.
Oh, yeah. Jesus, man!
Could you even eat that?
No, I can't.
Yeah, I could probably do it. Probably.
No, it's not just the steak. You would have to do the steak, the salad, the baked potato.
Yes, Sean.
All under an hour.
Yeah, I could probably do that.
Yeah.
Can I vomit immediately after?
No.
No?
Wait. I think you have to hold it for a certain period. There was a time in my life.
If that much meat, I'm going to be holding it for a while.
Yeah. You're going to be constipated for days.
Yeah.
There was a time in my life where I actually researched it, and I thought I could do a road trip, and I looked up people that have won the contest and shit like that, and how much it would cost if I couldn't finish it within an hour.
Well, 72 ounces is a lot of meat, man. But, I mean...
You've seen me barbecue.
Yes.
I can eat a lot of meat.
That's what the Polish guy said.
He's very good.
Yeah.
So going back to your fast food, what other items?
Yeah, there's hamburgers. Now, Costco had a hamburger just for a short amount of time. And I didn't think it was very good, but so we can substitute that with another fast food, quick serve place.
Let's do hamburgers because mine is AM PM all the way, and the only reason is it reminds me of the high school or middle school hamburger I used to have growing up.
Yes, it's really disgusting.
It's
disgusting. Like if you go to a certain AM PM, like it's like disgustingly good, like where it takes you back to like giving those lunch tickets and getting that whack ass hamburger.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily that it's the best fucking burger on the planet, but there's like some sort of
there's a nostalgia there.
Yeah.
Remember in Ratatouille when the critic ate the ratatouille and took him back to his childhood? Yeah. That's what happens with that hamburger. Yeah. It takes me back
and he was a poor little kid eating like vegetables. Okay.
Yeah, no, and the funny thing is, when I was a true fat fuck, there was times that I craved it, went, and I got it.
And then you got home and cried and realized what you did.
No, but it got to the point that I remember going to Disneyland and the Buzz Lightyear Cafe or whatever it was called back then. It's gone through many changes. The cheeseburger they had was identical to the AMPM cheeseburger and identical to the middle school / high school burger, and I loved it because of that.
I don't think I've never had a AMPM burger, and I've never had a burger from 7-Eleven. And I only got a Costco burger because it was like $3.
Does 7-Eleven have burgers?
I don't
think so.
They have chicken sandwiches.
Yeah, they do.
Do they?
Yeah, they have chicken wings, chicken sandwiches. Some 7-Elevens even have fucking pupusas.
This guy over here. I mean, are you subscribed to the fan club and get their newsletter? Like, what's going on?
Listen, just because I've lost weight doesn't mean I'm not a fat fuck. I still like looking at food and going, huh.
So the last thing on the list was pizza. Now, just like you guys in the AM/PM hot dog, I'm gonna go with 7-Eleven. Yeah. A freshly cooked whole 7-Eleven pizza. Now, before you chew me out about this,
I agree with you.
There is something like that takes me back to my lunch lady. Here's my yellow ticket. Please give me this square piece of pizza with the little chopped up pepperonis. It just takes me back to LAUSD disgusting pizza.
But 7-Eleven pizza is not that bad. In fact, I don't know what Little Caesars did, but there was a time that I was rating the 7-Eleven pizza higher than Little Caesars.
No, yeah, I would agree. There was a time where like the reheatability of a Little Caesars pizza was just impossible.
Yeah.
Like once it lost its heat, it was a solid block of pizza.
Yeah, it was like
forever.
cardboard.
Yeah.
But now, I don't know if they changed the recipe or they care more because people went to Little Caesars a lot more during COVID. But their pizza isn't that bad, to the point that they even have a stuffed crust pizza now.
True.
That isn't that bad. But 7-Eleven, I love the fact that they chopped up pepperoni in their sauce.
This is just a diatribe about how poor we were growing up.
They have like a brick oven pizza in the back of 7-Eleven now, so
Yeah, it's the pizza's really good. But I mean, like the Costco pizza, personal opinion, it's like it is on its heels in a way that's like.
I love the combo pizza from Costco. Now that they don't have the combo pizza,
No, I'm a basic pizza bitch, man. You give me like
pepperoni,
bread,
happy, yeah.
sauce, cheese, pepperoni, and that's me. That's my
See,
pumpkin spice latte.
I know this is going to be judgmental. I've never been a fan of just pepperoni pizza because I always think it was too greasy. That's why I needed other shit to hide the grease from the pepperoni, and I like the combo pizza.
You could never be a Ninja Turtle.
You insulted for Ninja Turtles.
I'm gonna regret saying this. I'm a sausage.
A Polish sausage lover.
Yeah. Dude from Pizza Hut. I used to love getting the Super Supreme with jalapenos on it.
With a Polish sausage.
Yeah.
That's one hot sausage, dude.
Hey, this guy. How about you, Jay?
I'd probably go with Costco pizza.
What about Winco pizza? Didn't you once tell me that the Winco pizza was like right up there with Costco?
Yeah, but Winco's not a gas station. Winco's actually a grocery store.
Yeah, it's like Winco. If you've never heard
Costco
of Winco,
isn't a gas station either.
No, but
Costco does have a gas station.
They do have a gas station, but it's a quick service. It's a quick service thing that. But if you've never been to Winco is like if Costco and Walmart had a baby, and
Sam's Club was a surrogate mother.
and Sam's Club was a surrogate mother. Except you don't need a membership to get in. If you get a chance to go to a Winco, I recommend it. It's
In fact, J. Co was the person when I used to come and visit him in Lancaster before I moved out here. He would talk about Winco, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this Winco place?"
It's great.
It is great.
It is great, and the fact I still to this day I haven't tried the Winco pizza, but I had to ask Jay and see if he's tried it, and he's the one that told me he would probably rank it as high as Costco pizza and higher than Little Caesars.
I mean, it's not hard to get higher than Little Caesars.
But again, Little Caesars has stepped up their game, man.
Yeah, they like 2 or 3 years ago, they had a barbecue like brisket pizza. It was fucking delicious.
Little Caesars?
Yeah, man.
Fuck.
It was only there for like 6 months. It was like an $8 pizza, but it was probably Little Caesars' best attempt at like a
remember a
specialty
couple
pizza.
years ago they had the stuffed crust and it went away, and then you brought it up to me in conversation. I'm like, yeah, that was years ago. He's like, no, I was there last week and we bought some.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Round Table is coming out. It came out with their own stuffed crust pizza.
Round Table's still around?
Pizza Hut.
Yeah, well, we're like super close to one, and I want some.
The problem with Round Table is so fucking expensive. It's not as inexpensive as Pizza Hut, Domino's.
But it's like gourmet, right? I mean,
yeah,
like
allegedly.
But
But
allegedly, I mean, anything I can call anything gourmet.
Well, it's the Round Table. It's the pizza of the knights.
Some serious shit going on.
But I did like going to Round Table when they had their lunch buffets.
Yeah, you were notorious for finding those goddamn shakies and
Shakey's, Round Table, Peter Piper Pizza.
You're like the only friend I think I had that would just kidnap you to go eat because he didn't want to eat by himself.
Or go to theme parks.
Yeah. You just go, hey, what are you doing right now? Nothing. Okay, hey, just get in the car. Don't worry, and then you end up eating. That's
I am notorious for not wanting to eat alone, huh?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I know. You're sad.
He's an emotional eater.
It's true. It's very, very true. Very true. Oh man. Well, gentlemen, I think we've hit time. Well, we've gone well beyond time, but I think we've run out of things to talk about today.
At least we made our one fan very happy because he does love the longer shows.
The Polish guy?
Yes. The Polish guy.
One, please talk more. I like your voice.
Yeah. Jay, are you good, man? You good?
I'm good.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess that means just Juan's done. Done. Are you Juan? Done? Shit,
I
Juan?
didn't even get that upset this episode.
That's
either.
not true. You went silent a couple times, but we just weren't done yet. We just weren't done.
Yeah, there was a couple.
I haven't gotten to that level yet, but no, you know what?
There was a couple.
Everybody,
fuck yous in there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done now. Fuck you guys. Thank you, everybody, for listening. If you can't get enough of us, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at INCYCSHOW. And you can also email us your suggestions and or comments for future shows at INCYCShow@gmail.com. Lastly, merch. We have shirts, so get your very own I'm Not Crying, You're Crying shirt. Just follow the link on our show notes. Again, thank you very much for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on our shit. Thank you.
Good night, everybody.